What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I wasn't going to talk about this. I saw an article earlier this week, and I think the article was actually from last Friday. But, so, another Honus Wagner, and I think I talked about this in an earlier, on another video, but so there was a Honus Wagner baseball card that was graded by PSA, and it had been altered, and the guy that graded it even admitted to knowing it had been altered before he graded it, but he still graded it an 8.5 or whatever it got, without mentioning in the grading that it was an altered or modified or restored card. And it sold for, I can't remember how much it sold for. Anyway, so last Friday an article popped up on my feed about another Honus Wagner card that was certified by CGC. Okay, and CGC, so this was a restored, it was a verified restored. Okay, they didn't give it an actual grade, but it's verified restored. But what's crazy is to restore it, it literally had to be cut away. So it was just like the silhouette of Honus Wagner with no borders, no background, anything like that. It was just the silhouette cutout of Honus Wagner, and then somebody made a new border, new background and everything for it, put it back together, and restored this card. And we hear it all the time that PSA won't grade or certify cards, or none of them really will actually, will certify cards if they've been altered in any way. But only, okay, so actually recently PSA put out a thing because they realized that there's money in it. And they said, hey, if you want your card cleaned, if you want it restored before we do the grading, it's an extra fee. After holding this stance for, 30 years, of if it's been altered at all, even if you've tried to restore it, if you've tried to polish your card, we'll just kick it back to you, we'll reject it. So anyway, CGC verifies this card and puts it in a slab, and it gets restored, and then it goes to auction. It auctioned for $1.3 million. Okay, and at this point, it's not even a real card, right? If we talk about fake cards and proxies and things like that, and how people can make a fake card look so close to being real that it actually passes most of the visual inspections. Yeah, most of them. 9 out of 10, and most of the time the vendors and collectors and stuff will get fooled by these. But they're still fake cards, and that's not okay, right? It's not okay. So something that restoration guys are doing now is if you humidify a card just right and you heat it up just right, you can skim the back off of the card, so you get an authentic back. Right. So this card is just an energy card, but you can skim this card in half and just take the back off. Take the back. So if you've got a energy card with a perfect back, perfectly centered back, no scratches, no damage or anything like that on it, you can take this card, peel the back off, and then if you've got a really valuable card, we'll just say this is a really valuable card. It's not, but say this is perfect on the front and it's perfectly centered, but the back isn't. You just take the back off of that card, slap it onto the back of that card, and now you have a perfectly centered front and back PSA 10 if they don't notice that you skimmed it, right? But that's still just restoration, isn't it? That's what they did with the Honus Wagner card for CGC, and it sold for $1.3 million. See, I think that number's crazy because that's not even the trading card at that point. That's some weird... It's the... what's the paradox of that ship? I can't think of it, but it's... As they restore it and take rotten pieces off and put new pieces on, is it really the same ship? Is it really the same card? Is it real anymore? If you had to print out or laminate and do all these things to make it, to put it back to its normal state, is that really restored? Is it you may as well have just printed out a whole new card at that point? It's not really the card if all you're getting is the picture. It's just weird to me, you know. And so CGC, they on their website, if you go to their website, they've got a whole article about it, talking about how it's the highest price that a CGC graded card is ever sold for. Their last one sold for, I think, 1.27 million. This one sold for 1.3. So just over where that first or that highest card was. So 1.3, and they're super proud of it. They're super proud of themselves that this card went for auction for $1.3 million, even though it's not even a real card at this point. It's not a Honus Wagner card. Like it's not the collectible that everybody wants to say it is now. And and this is why grading is such a joke. And I will never stop talking about it. I will never stop talking about how just terrible of an idea card grading was. And I know I'm the only person really pushing back on it, because a lot of guys will say, oh yeah, and like, maybe you shouldn't grade your cards. I still do it. I still grade my cards. I want a graded collection. But you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Those are just guys that want to make sure that their market's not getting flooded with potentially more PSA 10s and CGC and tags and all that, Beckett's and all that stuff, so that if they have a Beckett tag, you know, a Beckett black label or whatever, or gold label, I can't remember which one's the higher quality, but it's like a black label 10. If you have one of those too, it just made theirs worth less. So of course they don't want you to grade your cards because they want to tell you it's a scam. But they've got bookshelves. Like I have bookshelves. Imagine if all the cards in those binders were all graded and I'm sitting here telling you grading was a scam. How much credit would I have? Okay, you want to see? This is how many graded cards I have, and I didn't even grade them. They came in mystery packs. These were free. These were free because the guys that sent them in for grading didn't get 10s. That's a 9, 8, 10. Okay, this Pikachu's a 10, but he's a $25 card. And I literally got him for free. Okay, these were free. They came in mystery packs when I was at cons, and it was just like, oh, hey, you want to buy a mystery pack for $20? And it's not even just like it was like a swag bag that had a few booster packs and have a slab in it, and you get like a little bag, whatever, from like the vendor booth. You know what I mean? For $20. That's where I got those. So it's not even really paid for them. I got 3 or 4 booster packs and some other swag, and those just came in the bag. Like those were just in the bag. No, dude, grading's a scam, dude, and I'll shout it from the rooftops, and I'll shout it till I'm blue in the face. I hope that my audience can grow to a point where that people actually listen to me and like hear my opinions and actually have weight. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I want to be another Markiplier or Moist Critical or any of those guys, but I'm just on here. I'm just another guy shouting into the universe and hoping to hear someone shout back. That's what I'm here for. Anyway, those are just my thoughts on the whole thing. Let me know yours in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode. Have a good night.